Grace, a 12-year-old part Siamese cat. All my life I've lived in Berkeley, California with a couple named Ann and Bill. Their son Ned grew up and went away. I am a quiet person who usually stays in the yard. I've been in the car before for doctor's appointments. First the car jostles you, then the doctor roughs you up. One day, Ann and Bill tried to interest me in a new kind of cat bed. The next morning, they zipped me into it, put me in the car, and drove away. We were racing dozens of cars and trucks. My mouth opened, but the howl would not come out. I hid. Around midday, we stopped. Ann and Bill opened the door for me. No thanks. They went for food. Luckily, no one stole me. They could tell I was freaking out. We went on anyway. That evening, I looked out again. There were bright lights flashing everywhere. Escape through the back window didn't work. I used to trust Ann and Bill. Finally, we stopped. They carried me into a room just big enough for a bed. We have fallen on hard times. They tried to coax me outside. What next? In the morning, they put everything back in the car. We're not staying. We raced back into the traffic. Ann and Bill listened to classical music. I can't figure out who controls the car. After several hours of this, we stopped in a quiet place. Our breaths steamed. The grass had a stiff, crunchy feel. Weird. When I looked out later that day, something was terribly wrong. There was no color. We stopped. The white stuff was painfully cold. It stuck to everything. We have arrived in hell. We camped in another bedroom. I made a plan. When they came back from breakfast, I was gone. This drove them nuts. In the end, they found me. I'm sure they got the message. You go ahead without me. But they didn't pay any attention. That day we stopped in a park. The stink of many dogs hung in the air. So this is Dogland. That night I found a better hiding place. When the sun came up, they searched and searched. Eventually, they dragged me out. Off we went into a blank, empty land. The only living thing in sight was a huge, listless, red dog. The next night, I made a great discovery, a space beneath the dresser. Goodbye, Ann and Bill. In the morning, they conferred nervously. They moved everything. Abruptly, my hiding place was flooded with light. I can't tell you how many days this went on. Cats can only count to 2. I moved to the front of the car, under their knees. I dreamed of our backyard. Finally, we came to a sleep hole with more than one room. It smelled fairly decent, too. We stopped driving, but the weather was still very bad. Ann and Bill tried to get me outside. But there are rude young cats out there looking for trouble. On the plus side, we have a nice rug. That's important because sleeping is more or less my job. One day something wonderful happened. Bill opened the door and warm air streamed in. I could smell flowers, grass, and puddles. It got greener and greener. I went out and explored a little. I see now that we are in California and the bad times are over. My only worry is it looks like I'm due for a doctor's appointment.